Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This was the emergency celebrity reading that I was talking about earlier. Ever since January of 2018, towards the ending of January 2018, I've been getting a lot of emails. Um, I was the one who predicted the fall or the division between the Queen's Court. And later on, I started getting emails about people wanting me to read T.S. Madison and Khia separately with my cards, but I didn't want to do that because I've already made a video about them. So I had other celebrities that I needed to do and get out of the way before I can even come back to this topic here. I've been also having a lot of emails towards somewhere around February of 2018. Um, people wanted to know which show was going to prosper. Was it going to be Kaya's gag order versus T.S. Madison's The Queen's Court? So I decided to honor this reading. So here we go. I'm going to do Kaya first. I feel as though right now, currently, it's all about achievements for Kaya. It's all about ending any any strife, so ending any strife that she may have. I don't see her ending any beef because that is her storyline, that is her topics, that makes her show go where her show is going because of all of the beef. But she just definitely wants to end the worldly strife with people who she calls her enemies, and moving up to newer heights, to newer level heights in careers. She also feels like many people are attacking her all at once, but she believes that she's going to win and she will fight her haters even though it's 6-1. So we all know that Kaya likes to argue, she likes to fight back. She's only one person and she stands on her own, she stands by herself, even though people come at her in multiple groups of numbers, but she can fight the battle with just one person, with just herself here. Now let's take a look into her blockages and her challenge and her obstacles here. There is an economy blockage, so she doesn't have the money machine behind her to possibly take her show to higher success. She needs to better manage herself. So if she's going to continue to manage herself, she needs better management skills. And she also kind of still stuck on the breakup with her and Madison. So she is definitely still stuck on the breakup between the Queen's Court, and that's why she keeps talking about it on her gag order shows. Now let's take a look in her strength. Her strengths are definitely, she has a lot of confidence and she has a lot of hope, but her strengths are also vengeance and starting a war. She is also very weak towards presumption, so she believes everything she hears, and that's why she doesn't fact check. When she does her gag order, she doesn't fact check, she doesn't read, and that's why she just starts when she hears something or sees something online by anyone or anything, and she definitely starts believing it. So she has problems with presumptions. Definitely war and vengeance will get her into trouble, or her mouth will get her into trouble. So whatever happened in the past that's driving her to try and succeed, this is definitely her turning her back and walking away. She wasn't happy with the offers that she was getting on the Queen's Court. She didn't like where the show was going. She also feels like Maddie stole her baby and moved it into a new direction. So she feels as though Madison took her only baby. Well, not her only baby, but the Queen's Court was her baby, and she felt like Madison, some way, somehow, took the Queen's Court and moved it into a new direction, and that's what she didn't like. So for her future, I see a possible co-host. Um, this could be anywhere from now until to the rest of 2018. I do see a possible co-host. I also do see that money will drive her to succeed. there is also a possibility for a comeback together. So if her show doesn't do so well, that's where the fear comes in. So that's where I see her trying to team back up with T.S. Madison because gag order is going in a direction that she didn't expect. So if gag order doesn't do so good somewhere down the line of 2018, she's going to try and get back with T.S. Madison, but not for the right reasons. It's for the view reasons. So finally, I see a lot of contradictory around business, inconsistency to present proper elements for what the show needs. More altercations. Her show is in trouble and she knows it, and that's why I see her in fear, and that's why I see her possibly picking up a new co host or a co host to host with her on gag orders. Now let's take a look into Madison's The Queen's Court. Right now, a lot of suspension is going on with T.S. Madison. She's in a state of feeling excited and anxious, uncertainty about what might happen to her show. There is a lot of fear and mistrust around her. She's definitely thinking of big numbers. So this big numbers could be views and this big numbers can be money. Now her challenge is a lot of anxiety. She will go through a lot of anxiety. So I hope she does a lot of exercises or breathing exercises or meditation that will help with anxieties. Um, the the re-release is giving her a lot of anxiety. So the re-release of the Queen's Court is definitely giving her some type of anxiety here. She wants the troubles and the toil to end, ending all disappointments and adversity. So that's her challenge. So she is having trouble to end all of this disappointments, and she might have troubles with anxiety with re-releasing Madison's The Queen's Court. But her strengths are closing the gates to the enemy, ending all treachery, ending all disloyalty. She's very wise, and with wisdom she gains from what she has learned in the past. So she also makes a lot of sacrifices and uses her intuition to help her along with situations, and she might even be using prophecy to help her guide her in her careers and guide her in her decision that she makes. There's a lot of good faith and her being very honorable in her influences in her past. Her burdens causes oppression, but those burdens turns into blessings of gain. Falseness with people of the past influence her as well to move this situation forward and to be successful. Her future influences, I feel like her ex co host walking away left her in a severe stage. Everything's all good, but for some reason it's still kind of severe to her. And finally, there will be a lot of trickery around the Queen's Court. So when I say trickery, I feel as though it's other people being deceptive. Deception behavior around her. It's not coming from her, it's around other people that she really needs to watch out. And I see also litigations, possibly meaning I do see legal actions here. So maybe someone is going to try and sue her. So she needs to be careful what she says. T.S. Madison needs to really watch who is around her. There will be trickery to try and stop her show. So there will be haters, people around her that will try and definitely try and stop her show. So my final thoughts here, I believe Madison will get the most views. Her show will be fast, will be not only fast in succeeding, but it will be short lived as well. I feel as though the show will have a short lived success. It's because people want to stop her show. They will even try to take her to court and try to sabotage her show. So she's really not gonna like that situation. Now for Khia, she won't get the views that Madison gets, but her show will go on because no one will try and stop her because she's less cared about. Her haters know she will be stuck where she is. Madison goes places, she makes moves. That's why people want to stop her. They don't want her to continue to be consistently successful. Madison will leave possibly. She doesn't need the show. She's successful on her own, so she might leave. As for Khia, this is all she has, so she will continue the gag order. No one really cares to really stop her bag, but for Madison's part, they care. They're trying to stop her bag here. So I see gag order continuing on. But I see the Queen's Court not really going far. It's because she doesn't really need the show. People will try and stop her, and she will pick up on that. So she is going to leave. Like I said, she really doesn't need the show to be successful. However, Kaya's gag order is the only thing that she has going for her. I don't see anybody trying to stop her. No one really cares to try and stop her because they know that that's where she's going to be for the long haul. It's in her basement doing her videos. Hopefully she monetizes that platform so she can make a little bit of money, but no one really cares to stop her show. It's not that serious for her. However, for Madison, it's serious. People are jealous of her, they're envy, they really want her to not prosper. They're going to try and stop the show, but like I said, Madison doesn't need this. She has many things to do around in career, so she doesn't need to jump on a Queen's Court every now and then. So my final thought is that Kaya's gag order will continue on. T.S. Madison, it will go on. It will have a lot of views, but I feel as though she's going to leave because there's a lot of hater that's going to try and stop her show. But she's so successful in her own right. And there's other avenues for her. She really doesn't need to sit on a computer and do a Queen's Court. That is what Khia does in her basement. And that is my conclusion. Please leave your comments down below and please be respectful to both of them. I will delete any negative comments towards Madison or Khia. Thank you all for watching.